Hey everybody, it's Benjamin here at the Centaur Fragrance Channel, coming back at you with more fragrances, more colognes, more perfumes. You know how we do it. Let's jump into another fragrance. Let's talk about another perfume. So what do we got on our hands today? We got Venom from the house of Sucreabeille. It says an indie brand, very interesting, very artistic, daring fragrances at times. And I think that this is one that's going to be a little bit more challenging. So stick into this review, stay tuned. If you want to hear more about a fragrance, it's going to be definitely a little bit more for, you know, the people who want rugged, individual fragrances that aren't scared to wear something that a little bit strange and unusual. So what does the smell like? What is this fragrance like? It is a interesting one. It supposedly has notes of oud, coal. I think there was some tar, some cedar, and maybe something else going on in this fragrance. So it's definitely a more on the smoky side of things. Very much a very interesting kind of almost smoky vibe to this. Now to me, the coal smells like fresh coal. It doesn't smell like burnt coal. It doesn't smell like coal ashes. It smells like almost like charcoal before it's burnt. I do get the tar. To me, the tar is the big show, the big player in this fragrance that kind of dominates everything. I don't get a lot of oud to this fragrance. I don't get anything skanky or really oud-like at all. You know, oud can come off as almost fruity or minty or come off as overtly animalic and leathery, but I really don't get any of that in this fragrance. I think the oud is really in the background, giving just an interesting aspect to that cedar and that woodiness. I also don't really get a lot of that cedar just in general. To me, cedar can be quite dry, almost spicy, and it's a very distinct woody note. To me, this is mostly a tar fragrance that's almost smoky without being smoky. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of an oxymoron. It's almost a smoky fragrance without the smoke, if that makes any sense. It smells like coal. It smells like, you know, lumps of, you know, like you would see it like, you know, if you're grilling with charcoal. So it's that kind of smell. It does smell like tar. If you've ever been around, you know, they're putting down pavement, you know, putting down the asphalt for, you know, road. There's a very distinct, almost burnt rubber-like smell. And you're getting a little bit of that here in this fragrance. It smells this fragrance to me, just when I first smelled it, the first thing I said was, this smells industrial. And I did pick up on the tar. And this definitely, to my nose, smells industrial. It smells like a byproduct of, you know, almost maybe like gasoline. It smells almost, you know, like a byproduct, like a dark, almost petrol-like vibe. And it's a daring fragrance. It's not going to be easy to wear. This is not going to be particularly pleasant to a lot of people. They didn't make this fragrance overtly strong or overtly hard to wear, but it does have this character and this DNA. That this is a very distinct fragrance. It has a lot of character and a lot of personality. Even though it could have been, they could have made it even stronger. They could have made it even darker and higher concentration. They still tried to tame it back just a little bit, but this is a wild creature. This is a wild little beast of a fragrance. So what do I think about the performance? I think that this is more on the 6-7 hour side of things. I think that it's probably going to be more closer to 7 hours. I think you're going to get maybe average or so projection. This is an oil, so it does behave a little bit differently. And the sillage, of course, is going to be a little bit above average. Now, with the compliment factor, even though I do like strong, confident fragrances, I do like fragrances with a lot of personality at times. This is not one that personally was my style. To me, this smells overtly industrial. It smells like birch tar almost in a way. It smells like tar. It smells like something you would use to, I don't know, put in the middle of pipes to keep things like tight, like a black, like a burnt black paste. It just doesn't, to me, smell overtly pleasant. It is daring, it is unique, it is interesting, and it could definitely be layered with fragrances if you like those really difficult, hard to love, artistic niche fragrances. I do think that this is something that you could perhaps layer with more dark green fragrances and smoky fragrances and add a little bit of a different character to it. So it's interesting. At first, I thought when I smelled all this industrial kind of vibe to it, I thought it might kind of dry down to maybe more of a mineral-like smell, and I really don't get any of that. It kind of stays more of a tar fragrance throughout. It doesn't change a lot. It might seem a little bit linear to some people out there. Again, compliment factor-wise, this was daring. This was hard to understand, hard to appreciate. Not a lot of people exactly love this on me, but it didn't really offend people exactly. So I think it's up to you if you want to wear something like this. I like to highlight the easy, the lovable fragrances, the easy to wear stuff. And I like to also, on the flip side, the opposite, highlight something that's hard to understand, hard to wear, maybe for the average person out there. And that's what this fragrance is. So there's going to be some people out there who love this fragrance. It's going to work for somebody out there, but it's just not for me. And again, people just out and about didn't think it was an overtly enjoyable fragrance. It wasn't unpleasant, but it just wasn't exactly a fun, easy to love fragrance like an aquatic would be, or something overtly sweet, or those kinds of things. It's definitely not that kind of vibe. So what are my final thoughts? I think you can get a 1 ounce bottle for about $39. I think their price is very reasonable for the quality. You can get a lot of smaller sized bottles and have very unique fragrances for an affordable price. I think their price is right on for their quality. This is more of an indie brand. I think the brand is good quality, no doubt about it. Some of their fragrances are absolutely fantastic values for money. This is one of those. It's just probably just because of the vibe and because I don't like it. It makes me wonder if it's worth it. But again, about $100 or so if you were to get 3 ounces. It's about $100 overall, per mil fragrance. I meant adding things up. It's about $100 for 3 ounces. That's not a bad value for what you're getting here. It's not bad, and I do think it's interesting juice. It's going to be very strange for some of y'all out there. So this has been my review. I do want to put this fragrance out there. I know that not everybody in the world is going to like this fragrance, and I know I do reviews, and some people are going to say just do designer fragrances, Ben, or just do top 10 lists. But I want to bring out the exotic fragrances. I want to bring out interesting fragrances. I want to bring out the fragrances that you don't know about. And that's something you might connect with this fragrance. You might love this juice. There's somebody out there who's going to love this stuff. And that's what I'm about. I'm helping you find the fragrances you love. That's why I make content. That's why I make fragrance reviews. So hopefully, or maybe you will like this fragrance. If I didn't say in the beginning of the video, this was sent to me quite a while ago. I was sent a bunch of these fragrances to test out and hopefully to review from the brand. I review them when I can. I'm not on anybody's leash. Nobody controls me. But, I actually do want to help these indie brands out. So I'm happy to receive their fragrances, to test them, and to share them with you. And I finally got around to, reviewing this one. They sent this one to me quite a while ago. So anyways, thank y'all for being here, my friends. Thank you for your love and your support. Hopefully you found this interesting, this review, interesting. Let me know what you think down below. Does this fragrance sound good? Does this fragrance sound interesting? Do you like this fragrance? Do you like how it sounds? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll provide their website down below. I'm not affiliated. I do not get any kickback for any sales or anything of the sort. So you can definitely trust me. And if you do, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share the video, tell a friend, and definitely, just tell a friend. Hopefully I can help build the fragrance community. That's what I'm all about. I want to bring people into the fragrance community who might be interested in artistic fragrances, finding good values, finding interesting fragrances out there. Hopefully there is more people out there who are interested in, the obscure fragrances or the artistic fragrances. Nothing's wrong with designer. Nothing's wrong with mass appealing. But there is a market for everybody, and I hope that you'll spread the word and help me out and, help those people to connect with me, because I want to help some people. Anyways, I'll see you next time, my friends. Wear what you love, rock what you got. Have a good one, and bye, everybody.